never submit. You got staying power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter where you start, you can win. Doesn't matter where you're from, you can win. Doesn't matter if it's hard, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have lost before, but you can win. When your back's against the wall, you can win. When it's 1 against 1,000, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have you are stronger than your fears and setbacks, never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength, the power through, living truth. Digging the roots, better Bruce. Dig deep in your soul, you got a lot to use. A lot to lose now, you can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got staying power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter where you start, you can win. Doesn't matter where you're from, you can win. Doesn't matter if it's hard, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have lost before, but you can win. When your back's against the wall, you can win. When it's 1 against 1,000, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have you are stronger than your fears and setbacks, never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength, the power through, living truth. Digging the roots, better Bruce. Dig deep in your soul, you got a lot to use. A lot to lose now, you can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got staying power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter where you start, you can win. Doesn't matter where you're from, you can win. Doesn't matter if it's hard, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have lost before, but you can win. When your back's against the wall, you can win. When it's 1 against 1,000, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have you are stronger than your fears and setbacks, never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength, the power through, living truth. Digging the roots, better Bruce. Dig deep in your soul, you got a lot to use. A lot to lose now, you can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got staying power.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is good to be back here on the Walking This Way's Impact Course podcast, the hottest weekly podcast that live stream every Tuesday, every Wednesday, and every Saturday. I want to thank everybody for continuing rocking with me and the Kingdom Chick herself, Miss Nancy C. out of Miami, Florida. This past Wednesday was my 43rd birthday, and I just want to thank God to see 43 years of life, useful life, young life, because as I reached the age of 43, a lot has changed mentally for me. The way I look at life, the way I view life. Life is precious. I have to say that life is precious, and it's what you make out of it. We don't know when we gonna leave here. Um, we're just like a vapor. We're here 1 minute, next minute we're not. So what I want to say is, manage every opportunity that you have. Don't put off tomorrow, which you could do today. And always, always, always be a man and woman of your word. Integrity is very important. So always be there. If you say you're gonna be there for someone, be there for someone. You can't do it, let them know up front, hey, I can't do it. But most importantly, man, let's take life more seriously. Let's be sober minded, as the Bible tells us to. Just get locked in. I'm more locked in than ever before. Get more serious about my health at the age of 43 because we have to take care of our health. Got to take care of our bodies, ladies and gentlemen. Because even though the Bible tells us, beloved, which above all things, as well as now if our soul prospers, we want to be prosperous in our health as well. So it is God's will for us to be healthy. So learn how to master eating healthy. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you're working out. And like I say, it slows down the aging process because we all have a great work to do. God did not create us to be a waste. God did not create us to be misused, abused, none of that stuff. He created us in his wonderful, wonderful image, of course, and he gave us our purpose. He fashioned us with purpose, and let's get on to our purpose. That's all I have to say. But I'm very excited, and I'm very honored to talk about a topic that's very touching, that may hit home with a lot of people. We're talking about domestic violence. We know domestic violence is not of God. We know domestic violence is of the devil. God did not intend for you to be anybody's punching bag. God did not intend for you to be a sparring partner with nobody. When you're in a relationship, you are to what love each other, right? You are to protect each other. You are to look out for each other for the best interest. I don't care how mad you get, does not give you the right to put your hands on anybody. That shows me you have lack of discipline. That shows me you don't have any control. If you want to go punch something, go buy a punching bag. There's plenty of punching bags you go buy. If you get that mad, but never take your anger out on anyone. I don't care how mad you get, because domestic violence is not good. It's a sickness, and a lot of people have got destroyed behind that. Some people don't bounce back from that. We see either you're gonna end up two places, dead or in jail. And but for further ado, I have a survivor here, Miss K, here, to talk about her experience with and how she came out of it as well. So I thank you for taking time out, and by the grace of God, you still here. Cause we know a lot of individuals don't get that moment to escape that, because we know it ends to death. And we know that we see a lot of that on the news. You go online and Google ads, newspaper ads on individuals who have lost their life. And domestic violence not containing just to women. You know, we have men who go through domestic violence as well. But I know with men, it's kind of hard to express, hey, I have a lady here is putting her hands on me violently, and they look at you as a man, you stronger than her, but you gotta realize it goes on. Right now, it's taking place right now. In our neighborhood, in our community, in our city, someone is going through that. But thank you for coming on here to talk about your experience, how you got out of it. I know your story will touch someone who may be going through that, or who may be coming out of that. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kamieka. I go by KK. I'm 42 years old, a mother of three. I reside in Dallas. And just a little bit about my past. My parents was married. They divorced. I lost my parents at a young age. So I didn't grow up in a home where I was told I was loved. I didn't get the emotional support growing up. So it kind of took a toll. You know, a father is a girl's first love, and I never got it. So I was seeking that in the men that I was dating. Um, so 2017, the middle of 2017, I met a gentleman on a dating site. We hit it off good. We started, talking, conversing, spending time. Then, we went to church. He prayed for me. We prayed for each other. He covered me. So probably 3 to 6 months into the relationship, the verbal abuse started. Him calling me out my name, making me feel I'm unworthy, I wasn't pretty. Then the drinking began. Then the physical. The first time, it was a busted lip. That should have been the first. Even the drugs was the first red flags that I seen. But me thinking I was in love, but it was lust. I excused the behavior. They say the red flags that you excuse in the beginning be the ones that hurt you in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So, as time passed, next I got hit in the eye. Went to work. At this time, I was a cashier at the grocery store. So customers seeing me with a black eye, I'm trying to be strong, but I'm crying every time, a customer leave. So then it was to the point I'm not going to do it no more. Okay, they'll get good for a week or two, and then it's back to the same behavior. So, he bust me in my mouth again. So I have a permanent keloid in my lip. So he had bust the lip in the same spot so many times. And I just kept trying to cover up the pain, the wounds. I felt unworthy. I would go into my closet and pray to God, like, why am I going through this? Why me? So as time progressed, he started pulling me from the church. I grew up in the church. And there was another red flag. When somebody pull you from God, that's serious. So I used to pray to God, like, just get me out of this situation. But at the same token, I had 3 kids that I had to make sure my escape was with them included. So during the process of me trying to escape, it got worse until I had to start calling the police. And the police would come, he'll go to jail, get out, and I would go back. And I never understood why I kept going back. It was to the point, even me getting up, getting ready for work, I'm looking in the mirror and I can't identify the reflection looking back at me. I had consumed myself so much into this person that I let myself go. I didn't know who I had become. And all I could do is just pray to God to give me favor. So in the midst, he had took me to his hometown to meet his mother. So he dropped me and my kids off at the hotel and he leave. He come back, he's drunk. He kicked the door in. He accused me that I had a guy in the hotel room with me and my kids, and we was having sexual relations. He pulled me out the hotel room. At this time, I had braids in my head. He snatched the braids from my scalp till I was bald-headed, like head bleeding. So it was a guy came out trying to help me because he dragging me down the street in the parking lot in the hotel. he jumped on a guy and accused the guy of sleeping with me because he was trying to help me. So then he slashed the tires. I'm stuck in a whole nother state. I know I have nobody. I have no family. I have no friends. Nothing. Just me and my kids. So I didn't call the police for a reason I don't know. I didn't call. So I end up getting the tires fixed and I left and came back to Dallas. Then he called, apologizing, and here I go, crazy thinking I'm in love, and go back down there and pick him up. So we get into it again, coming back to Dallas. So in the midst of this, I find out that he's talking to 2 other females. So one day he had my car and I went to where he was working at and picked up my car. So when he came out, he didn't see my car, so he thought somebody stole it. So he tell me to come get the car, come pick him up. And I was like, I'm not gonna come pick you up. I can't do this. So I end up going, me and my baby girl. I think she was like 12, 13 at the time. And as we leaving the job, we had to go to like a security gate. Out of nowhere, he take his right fist and just bust me in my face. Put a big old gash. I still have the scar, like blood gushing everywhere. So I'm scared. My baby in the back, she's screaming. And I'm telling him, get out the car. And he's like, I'm not going to get out the car. This the night you finna die. And I was like, God, please don't let this man take me in front of my baby. And he would tell my kids that he was going to kill me. He was going to cut my head off and sit there till the police came. That they was going to watch him mutilate my body. He was going to mutilate my body in front of my kids. So when he bust my head open, I'm trying to wipe the blood because it's running all in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm driving down the street, getting on the highway, he take the steering wheel and try to run us off the highway. So and I'm like, this cannot have my story in. I have to be the voice for the voiceless. So I would just pray to God, like, if you just get me out of this situation, I promise I'm not going back. But I have to be able to take my babies with me. I just can't have an escape route just for me. It have to be for my babies too. So the first time I tried to leave, he wouldn't let me leave. So I ended up calling the police. So they come and you know how they try to give you that eye gesture, you know, is something wrong? And I'm sitting up here looking at the police like with my eyes. He's standing on the side of me. Tell him now. Tell him now. Tell him ain't nothing wrong. Tell him they need to leave. So I'm steady trying to do something with my eyes so this police can take him. So he didn't. You know, he was like, okay, well, if nothing is wrong, then we just gonna leave. And I'm saying, God, if this man leave, this finna be the end of my story. Like I won't be able to tell, and my kids gonna have to see me on a shirt in the newspaper. It had got so bad to I had got depressed. I tried to commit suicide because I just wanted the pain to go away, and I wanted to get away from him. Even after they finally, it was another incident where he put his hands on me and I called the police and they took him to jail. So I had to get a protection order against him. He would violate the protection order. He would sit on my porch. He would stalk me. He would come to my job. I had to hide my car in the maintenance garage at my job because He would just sit at my job and watch me, or I could be in a store and he'll call and tell me everything I got on, and I've never seen him nowhere in the store. And so the last straw, when I had to call the police to have him removed, the police said, you gonna go to jail because you violated the protection order. And he was like, I don't care about that protection order. This is my beat, and she gonna be my beat for the rest of my life. She's not going nowhere. If I can't have her, can't nobody have her. He told the police with a straight face that he would kill me before he let another man have me. And it was like a slap in my face going to court, and all they gave him was 6 months probation. So you mean to tell me if I lost my life, I was only worth 6 months of him walking around free, having to do community service? And it's like the system failed women when it comes to domestic violence. Like, when do they protect us? I know it's men that go through it and they scared to tell their story. It's women that's scared to tell their story also. But I have to tell you, like, get out. Like, your life matters. At the end of the day, you got to know that your worth is more than anything. Like, you are enough. Like, ask God to give you discernment, favor, grace. You got to pray. That's the only thing that helped me. Prayer. I had to put myself in counseling because I did not know who I had become. I could not identify the reflection in the mirror. And that's what hurt the most. That I had consumed so much of myself into a person that did not even care about my well-being. Like, it's resources out here, like, it's people like talk. That's the first step, is being able to be brave enough to talk to somebody. Find a friend. Like, y'all can reach out to me. I'm willing to talk to you, like, give you confidence. It hurts when you don't have nobody. I didn't have my parents. Like, I couldn't call my parents. I couldn't call nobody because all I had was me and my kids. And they was young. They weren't of age. They would try to intervene when they can, but it was bad that my kids had to experience that with me. They had to see that at a young age.
And like I said, no one should have to go through that. And it's by the grace of God that you're still here. And that's crazy. I know you mentioned he will pray with you and do all this stuff. And that's just crazy that he will pray to the God that created the heavens and the earth, but still do this devilish deed towards you. And do this in front of your children with no remorse at all.
Right. And that would be the bad thing, because it be the men out here that to sit here and say, I don't play that about my mama or daughter. I'm somebody's mother. I'm somebody's daughter. But you would turn around and put your hands on somebody else's child, but you wouldn't let no man touch your mother or daughter. That's a hypocrite. Yeah. What makes your daughter and your mother any different from me? We all women.
Yeah, because I'm gonna ask you this: do you have any type of relationship with his mother? Because majority,
yes, and that's the bad part. When we went down there and I met her, and she seen how he pulled my hair out, this woman looked me in my face and said, his private area must be really good to you. And it's sad because she went through domestic violence.
So, to her, that's like a norm to her. But not holding your son accountable for that. So that's the problem right there. He
Mhm.
was never held accountable for his actions. That
Right.
shows you what his mother said to you.
Right.
So that shows you what the issue is, that there's no accountability at all.
Hmm.
And like you said, that his mother went through that. So that's all that he know, and he assumed that that's the way you treat a woman, which you don't at all.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, it's I'm just glad that I was able to walk away with my life and my children. At the end of the day, I wouldn't take nothing back that I have went through, not the abuse, not none of it, because it made me the woman who I am today. And I'm able to tell my story to help young girls, women, men, boys that's going through domestic violence, that you have a way out. You can escape, you can leave. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you're not worthy, you're not good enough. Turn that pain into purpose. I was a victim. Now look at me. I'm telling my story, so it's victory. That test was my testimony. That mess was my message.
And I said, and that's what it's all about. Giving God all the glory for you to make it out, and also going back to learning to love yourself,
Right.
because really, when individuals are in this situation and they are involved themselves with somebody, that's why I don't like the part when people say this person makes me happy. No, you should be already happy without the person. You hear what people say, this person completes me. When people say a person completes them and they make me happy, I look at this little red flags, because now I'm putting all my eggs in the basket in you. So without the individual, are you still gonna be happy? Without them, they still gonna complete you. And these are things that we used to say, and we thought they was cute, but they're
Mhm.
not,
Right.
because you rather be by your, what they say, I rather do bad all by myself.
I mean,
I don't
that's
need.
like, why would you want to be with somebody to bring you down? I was that person. I was the woman that said I'd never be in a domestic violence relationship. I would never let a man put his hands on me. But until you put in that circumstance, in that situation, you don't know what you may do. People would ask me all the time why you didn't leave. It's hard to leave. It's easier said than done, especially when you have children.
Right, because individuals like that, they or this they suck all your resources, if that makes sense, because it's a form of manipulation, is a form of deceit, and it takes away all your resources, where it puts you in fear mentally, where you, okay, I'm afraid to go tell someone, I'm afraid to go here, because it takes away all your resources, right?
Right.
So that's what they do. They take away all your resources, where they consume, they take away all your resources. Help me out with this. Where it leaves you in the island by yourself, where he said, okay, I can take all this away for you. So in his mind, you will have to come back to me because I am your source. If that makes sense. If you're
That's true.
not careful.
And that's what I did. Like, it was like I didn't have nobody. So every time he went to jail and he got out, I ran back. So when I put myself in counseling, and I love that lady. Like, she told me, she was an older lady. And she told me, she said, let me tell you something. She said, I'm not going to tell you nothing that you want to hurt. She said, I'm going to hurt your feelings. I'm going to make you cry. And I went to her for 2 years. That first year when I came out, she said, I'm so proud of you. She said, because when you first came to me that whole year, you was in a dark place. And she said, I didn't think you was ever going to come out of that place. And I had to learn forgiveness.
That's
That's
it.
the hardest thing in life, is to forgive somebody and I always wanted the apology from him. And she told me, you're going to have to forgive. The forgiveness was for me, not for him. I didn't need that apology because the apology was never going to come. And if it came, I knew it was going to be a lie, because they
Hmm.
quick to say, well, you made me do this. You made me put my hand. I didn't make you do nothing. That's a choice. Kids make mistakes. Grown people make choices.
Right. Let me ask you this too. When it took you to the beginning, was it a conversation the first time he was a conversation or what that triggered him to do that in the first?
That he was the first time he hit me, he was high.
Okay.
And I used to blame the drugs for why he hit me. But then I had to start to realize, you know what you're doing. If you can't control what you're doing, your recreational activities, then you need not to do it. So it was the drugs, and I excused it. Like, okay, he not gonna do it no more. And it became repetitive.
Yeah.
To like the damn talking. I say this not to downplay the physical abuse, but the mental abuse hurt worse than the physical.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because those words stick to you and you start believing like, I'm really not, don't nobody want me, I'm not worthy. And then stuff started playing in your head. And then I had to start praying to God, like, bring me out of this. I feel like God put certain people in certain places. Now that he put me in that domestic violence relationship, but it was something I was going through in my life. I feel like I needed to go through that to open my eyes, because I was looking for that father figure that I never got. I'm 42 years old and I can sit here and say, I don't think I ever experienced love from a man. I don't know what it looked like, because I was seeking she said I was seeking my father in those men. Not to sound pedophile, but everything that I wanted my dad to give me, I was looking for in those men. And the reason why I was going through that, because I had to forgive my father for everything that he promised or did not do and come through for me when I needed him. The little girl in me is still healing. So I just feel like women that's going through, pray to God, talk to somebody. You can call hotline. It's hotlines out here that you can get a hold to. I have to post them. I can't pull them up right now, but that you can call. Get into counseling. The best thing I ever done. You know, people have this facade. Black people don't go to counseling. We don't need nobody on the outside telling us what we need to do. The best thing I ever done in life was put myself in counseling. Invested in me.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Kay, because that is very important when it comes. And I'm not making a racial thing, but I'm just talking about within our community, because our community right now is truly destroyed. It's truly broken, like the scripture says. The enemy come to kill, steal, and destroy. And we see that train, and we see how it plays right now in front of us in our very eyes. We see it on social media. We see it in the neighborhood. We see it everywhere. But we have to go back to God's plan. We got to go back to God's original plan for us. You know, you mentioned not having the love of your father. You know, that's why it's important for men to, if you do have a daughter, be in your daughter's life. Show her what a man supposed to be. Not a male, a man. A man gonna show his leadership. A man gonna show his integrity. A man gonna show how he leads his family. A man would show how he love his wife. And she would want that because she gonna say, you know what? I see how my dad handled business at the house. He was not the man in the house. My dad was the man of the house. We know when he came in, the atmosphere changed. I see the way he loved on my mother. I see where he inspired my mother. I see how he motivated my mother. I see how he raised us, the kids, and how he raised us to be great, and how he shows you, better wanted to have that your dad take you out on a date and show you, hey, this is how a man's supposed to treat you, girl. This is how you supposed to do this and do this and do that. And I hated that we're in our community, we're not getting that no more. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We see more single parents than anything.
Yeah.
And we glorify it like it's a good thing. We see all these baby showers. Nobody, the man is not present at all. It's just the girl. It's just the woman there. But we glorify this, Kay, like it's a good thing. But at the end of the day, the babies are suffering. Our babies.
Right. And it's not to downplay men, because even with my children, I was married, and how my husband turned out was not like that in the beginning. Now is no communication, nothing with the kids. It's like, who is this? Who are you? Where this person come from?
Because where it comes from, the book that I have in my library, The Laws of Human Nature, everything starts within our childhood. And a lot of guys now have not experienced authentic manhood. That makes sense. I'm not justifying their actions, but a lot of these guys are learning how they're males in a man's body, if that makes sense. And I'm not a woman, so I don't know how a woman feels, but I'm coming from a man perspective on how as men we have to do better. We got to stop basing everything off our private area. Anybody could any male can make a baby, but it takes a real man to be a father. And not only that, he's not gonna go around spreading his seed loosely. We was never designed to go around and sleep with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But we see a lot of these guys, and then once again, our society is okay. And then we see now, and I'm not bashing guys, but I see a lot of guys now blaming women for everything. It's her fault that I'm not successful. It's her fault I'm not succeeding in life. It's her fault. It's her fault. It's her fault. But what it happened to the accountability?
And then they try to do this statistic on, oh, she don't have this. But you gotta tell the truth. You grew up in a single household too. So how do you expect your child mother to be something that your mother never was? You never seen your mother marry, but you feel like your child mother out here having all these kids and she ain't married. Like your standards is too high for your child mother, and you never seen it for your own mother, from your own mother. So why didn't you marry your child mother? Let's start there. Why didn't you marry her if you seen so much in her that you could make a baby, but she wasn't enough for you to marry her?
But you know what? I never understood that. I'm going to be honest with you. Some people, I'm going to say people, some individuals don't need to be parents.
That's true.
Because
Men and women.
they can't even take care of themselves. And don't get me wrong, it's some, like you said, it's some jacked up individuals out here, not just one side. It's some jacked up individuals out here. But like you said, I didn't understand. I never understood that either. You know, she good enough to impregnate, but she's not good enough to marry. Did he have any kids of his own?
Yeah.
Was the child mother was still around? And because I know a lot of times when women are dealing with a man that does have kids, they always ask the question, okay, what happened with your last marriage? And
that's something I never asked, because that has nothing to do with me. The only concern is if I'm dating a guy with a man, I need you to go get your kids and you need to be present, because you can't be present with mine and then neglect your own. I don't care about the mother, they don't have nothing to do with me. That's between you and her. But she can't disrespect our household.
Mm-hmm.
but you gonna be in that child life. You have some women out here that be with me and know they got kids and won't even
Don't care.
I mean, he don't even she shouldn't have to force the man to be in his
I
kids'
agree.
life. Because if I gotta force you, you not for me.
Right. I agree. I mean, I agree because you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have, and you shouldn't have. Nobody should have to tell you to raise your kids. I mean, you laid up and had them. Nobody should have to tell you to raise your kids. Them your responsibility. I mean, but so did he bring his kids? So he say he had kids, right? He had children of his own.
They lived in another state, but no, he wouldn't bring them. I mean, I would talk to the child on the phone and stuff like that. Like we had a relationship. I would talk to the child, but for as him going to get them, bringing them here, no, didn't do it.
Oh wow. Man, that's just crazy. That's just a crazy. But by the grace of God, thank God that you made it out. And let's talk about the red flags. We know you mentioned something about how we see the flags, but we ignore the flags. What things that you learn now compare back then?
Me now, inconsistency. I don't deal with inconsistency. Because if you can't be consistent with yourself, you can't be consistent with me. And one thing I learned, a man loves money. If you can go to work and make that money, and then you feel like you can be inconsistent with me, I don't do that. I don't do the inconsistency. That's a big turnoff to me. I'm not opposed to people what they do recreational.
Right.
I just don't partake in it. I don't want it around me. I'm here, but it's still just the drinking. That's a trigger for me because now I gotta make sure that you will be able to control your alcohol around me. See, I need to see you in all seasons. Like, can you control your alcohol? Which I don't even want you around me. You know,
right.
The drug use, I don't. Even if you don't play fight with me, I don't want that. That's a trigger for me. What else? The going to the club, I can't do that. I don't like to be that domestic violence relationship turned me into a big introvert. I don't like to be around people no more. I'm more of a loner. I like to be by myself. I don't need to go out to do things. I go to work and come home. That's all I do. I have no type of social life. Not that it has assumed me into not doing it. It's just my trust is really gone. I don't trust nobody. I trust nobody.
I mean, it's tough. It's not overnight. And you mentioned something about the inconsistent. I mean, did he work? Because he was doing a lot of stalking.
He worked. But he would quit. You know, it was like he would work long enough to get money to buy drugs, alcohol. You know, but he had good talents. He could cut. He can cut. He's a good barber, but he just wouldn't utilize it
because of the drugs. You know,
and then he like other women like cheating, and now that I see even one of his women, I end up trying to come to her as a woman to see like, hey, is you talking to him as him? And I was like, okay, she on some little girl type stuff, you see what I'm saying? But she way older than me. And then she ended up went so far to post me. I didn't know that he had took a picture of me when I got out the shower one day naked. She posted it on her social media page trying to embarrass me and downplay my domestic violence. But one thing you got to learn, you can't build a house off of another woman's foundation.
Right.
So the same thing that you was laughing at me about, you over there crying about now.
So he never had his own place, right?
No.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm.
That's another red flag.
Hey, I'm a firm believer. I do not believe in moving in with a woman. I'm sorry. I
That's
thank God
another
I have my
red
own
flag.
place. It's got my name on it, so I ain't gotta move. I hear the story all the time. Okay, do not, ladies, do not let a man move in with you if he does not have his own crib.
So true.
Don't
So true.
entertain that joke, because that joke
So
is
true.
lazy, he's slothful, and everything else. That's just my opinion. Same thing, fellas. Do not move a woman in if she does not have her own crib. If she does not have her own crib, do not let her in. I'm sorry. I don't care. You get lonely, learn how to masturbate. If you get to that point, I'm just saying. We'll
That's
dose here. We'll dose here. But I'm
that's
just saying, don't watch out for these red flags. Stop.
mhm.
And I love and I like how when Jesus said, okay, and we read the scripture so long, and we think applying to false prophets, but we can actually apply the scripture to anything. Jesus said, by their fruits you should know them. I have people say, I gotta get to know this person. No, by their fruits you should know them. Be around them for a mere second. They're gonna really show you who they are. We have to learn how to watch, listen with our eyes.
Look, my great grandmother used to tell me, you can tell a person by looking in their soul. They ain't never got to say a word to you. Look a person in their eyes and you can see their soul. They ain't got
Right,
to say nothing. That's why
right,
when people say, let's talk on the phone now, I want to meet. I need to look into your eyes. Your eyes going to tell me everything I need to know.
right. That's it, because that's important. It is. But once going back to this point, okay, do not move an individual in
Ooh,
if they do not have their own place. That's a red flag. So he in
yeah.
between places. He not stable.
Mhm.
He was on drugs.
Yep.
And that's not that sounds like a person who need to get some help and get some real psychological help.
And the bad thing, he been in and out of, like this, the person he with been putting him in and out of rehab and get out, do good, and go right back. And you know, and it's not that I don't reach worst on nobody. I pray for him. I pray for them for peace, like to touch his soul, to help him cleanse his soul of drugs, alcohol, all this, because I don't want to miss my blessings. I have no hatred towards him, not even putting his hands on me.
All right.
Because God got me. He got me hurt. His favor. Favor ain't fair. So, and he say, touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. See, he said he'll prepare a table. My table is prepared, have been prepared. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting at it right now and I'm feasting. See, he's sitting at my feet. So I don't wish no harm on him. I wish him all the best, you know. But until he gets tired, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt him even more. And see, I think I kept going back and I was praying to God to take me out that situation. And I feel like why I kept getting worse because God was showing me. See, when you ask
Right.
that prayer to ask God to reveal to you, see, you got to be prepared because you don't know when He gonna show up and show out.
Mm-hmm.
So when He was showing me, I was still ignoring it until He hurt me and I had no choice but to leave before I started to hate him. So if look, all I can say is God, man. He look, he he good. He been good to me. He been good to me. And just to piggyback off of what you said, don't ever move into a man. I left my home and moved in with somebody only for them to put me out and me to be homeless 8 months. Last year,
Mm.
staying in my car. Nobody knew. Nobody, and I was still going to work. Still going to work like I had a home.
I'm a
I'm
firm
staying
believer have
in
your own place.
four baths in Walmart restroom getting ready for work. I'm humble.
Yeah, it best to have you on. Before we go any further, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right
Mhm.
back after this commercial break.
Okay.
Just living the best of my life. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time, one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time, one time, one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, what you know about that? Believe I receive. I ain't talking about the contact. Fall back. No, you know what? Let it in. Jesus says, and Gabe brought his own testament. Testify. I ain't never been a pedophile. Recognize my baby girl is my prize. No games. Word is bond. And I've been working so hard. I just thank, oh Lord, that we made it thus far. And I got my prayers up that the troops come home. I can feel your energy even through these broken walls. And I got my prayers up that the troops come home. I can feel your energy even through these broken walls. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time, one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time, one time, one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. You gotta sacrifice, been working my whole life. But when I look back, he's been there my whole life. Love working on the inside, so. And for that news, looking and feeling brand new. Got a crew for the dollar sign. What's more loyal is they don't need to see a dollar sign to be there for you. Respect the wishes. And I got bills too, so respect is given. We about to take flight, secure precision. Anything you put your heart into, you can do. Had to run the numbers up when I showed the proofs. Just living the best of my life. Just living the best of my life. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time, one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Man, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time, one time, one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah. Just living the best of my life. Just living the best of my life, yeah.
And man, big shout out to Gabriel Wheeler out of Atlanta, Georgia. Big shout out to him for his single. We know everything's about mindset, right? You got to change the mindset. The Apostle Paul says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of the mind." So we know we have to change our mind on a regular basis. Also, okay, I got a question for you in the comment section. Big shout out to Crystal in the comment section. Crystal Talk Council. You can check that out every Thursday night on her Facebook page. She asked this question: would you change anything you went through?
No, I wouldn't change a thing. It made me who the woman I am today. I wouldn't change nothing.
Yeah,
See, I feel like if when people say yeah they'll change, it's because they embarrassed about what they went through. I'm not embarrassed about anything that I went through. Nothing. I'm just glad I came out stronger.
stronger, bolder, on fire, and got a clear vision. That's what it's all about. And going back to just loving yourself. How had that journey been? With this journey of learning how to fall in love with Kay, learning how to be married to Kay, learn how to speak life into Kay. 'Cause I believe before anyone gets into any type of relationship, they first of all they learn how to have a relationship with themselves first. They didn't learn how to be married to themselves first. They didn't learn how to lead themselves first before they actually enter into a covenant with anyone. So how has this journey been for you with just falling in love with yourself, just
It's
just spoiling yourself?
it's been good because at first before I didn't love myself. Um, I would wait for people to tell me that they love me, and now I tell myself I love me. I write affirmations on my mirror.
Okay.
Um, every morning I wake up with my affirmations. You're beautiful. You're worthy. You're intelligent. I'm enough. at the end of the day. Um, it even got to the point to I buy myself flowers. I don't wait on a man to buy me flowers. I buy myself flowers weekly. Um, and I used to wouldn't fix myself up, but I fix myself up because I tell myself when I open that door, paparazzi is on the other side, so I gotta be photogenic. I gotta be ready. Door. Yeah, can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't nobody say I'm big. It don't matter because God made me just like He wanted me. The imperfections I used to not like is what people love about me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't wait on no man to tell me nothing because I know I'm that girl. I know I'm that woman. So, yeah, I'm loving me wholeheartedly more than I
Yeah,
have ever loved myself before.
right. Because we know everything starts with self first. So how have your children been doing? I know that was a dark time for them as well. So how are they coping with getting everything back on
Like,
track for themselves also?
they doing good. You know, my son, he's a mama's boy. So, they doing good. They my support. That's all we got is each other.
Hmm. So also I got another question for you in the comment section too. Big shout out to Miss D. I want to mention your name of Miss D. She said, what advice would you give your younger self and also to someone who may be going through a similar situation?
Um, the advice I would give to my younger self is you're worthy, you're loved. Never let no one tell you that you're not beautiful. Um, and believe in yourself. The advice that I would give somebody that's going through, get out, talk to somebody, get help, love on yourself. Like, it's not the end of the world. Because you always got to remember what one won't, the next one will.
Mm-hmm.
It's a man out there that's willing to give you everything that you want and more. See, the other one, he hurt you the first time. So you ain't got to repeat yourself. Get out, leave.
Hey, that's just it right there. So hey, make a way out and leave. I know about a great press for time. Of course, I appreciate you, Kate, for coming on here. Just being bold enough and not ashamed to share your story. I know this is tough to share because I know you don't want nobody to feel sorry, have pity, but you know you look at it as a triumph. 'Cause, you know this your
Mhm.
story can help someone else along the way along this journey as well. And I know about to ready to depart, and I know I'll be back here tomorrow night here on Walking This Way Impact was podcast. So as we get ready to depart, do you have any sound advice, any words of wisdom that you want to leave here with the listening audience as we get ready to depart, as they're watching as we live stream, and also go back and look at the replay.
I want to say to the women out there, you're worthy, you're beautiful, you're enough. Believe in yourself. Continue to pray. Ask God to show you the way, give you discernment to get out. Find resources, church, pastors, um, a neighbor, a friend, a family member, somebody that you can talk to if you scared to go to the police. Talk to somebody. That was me. I didn't talk to nobody. Nobody even knew that I went through domestic violence in my family. Nobody.
Mm.
Nobody.
But like I said, give all glory to the Most High as you're still here and you're here to share your story. Not just that, but continue on living life. Because we know that Jesus said, I came that you might have life and have life more abundantly. You know, He didn't make you a waste. He didn't intend for you to be a waste. He intended for you to have an abundance, you know what I'm saying? More than enough, prosperous, you know what I'm saying? So I know you're going to enjoy this prosperous journey He has for you. We know that He has ordered your step. We know that He know the thought that He already thinks towards you. They're good enough you bring to your expect end, and you know that. And but like I said, man, God is good, of course. And Miss D said the comment session. She said, "Amen, great advice." Thank you for
Thank
Miss
you.
D as well. Big shout out to Crystal. She said, "Have a great night."
Thank
Big
you.
shout out to Miss. I don't want to forget people. Big shout out to everybody who timed in as well. Also, oh, big shout out to Cynthia from Texas View Radio. We're affiliated with them. So big shout out to Cynthia. She said, "Bless
Thank
you for
you.
making a sacrifice to bless others with the truth." Big shout out to Cynthia in the comment section as well. We thank you. We are affiliated with them. So you will catch replays and many other replays on the TexasBrewRadio.com. So go be a supporter of that. Big shout out to Miss A in the comment section. She said, "You go, girl, because you are enough. I love you, sis." Big shout out
Thank
to her.
you.
Also, man, if y'all on the YouTube side, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that like, comment, share, hit that notification. We go live every week. So when you hit that notification, you will know when we going live. So head on, if you're on the YouTube side right now, man, go ahead and hit him, get that algorithm up, hit the like button, go ahead and subscribe, get that notification. You will catch us that we go live every week here on the Walking This Way Impact Boys podcast. Miss Deborah says she's praying for you as well. So
Thank
big shout
you.
out to her. Ms. A said, "Have a great night. Appreciate you for being brave." So big shout out to her as well. We are about to get ready to part, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everybody for coming on here and supporting Kay. Y'all make sure go ahead, Kay, go ahead and plug in your social media sites. If anybody want to reach out to you, want to pray with you, treat you out to lunch, treat you out to dinner, all that great stuff.
Um, what's my Facebook? Oh, and I also have I can be reached on Cammy's Creations at Facebook. On Facebook. This is my page, Cammy's Creations.
Okay. Y'all can head on over there right now. Cammy's Curation. Go ahead on right now. Go ahead and hit that up. Go ahead and support your all the followers as well. So, man, that's what's up. Like I said, we about to get ready to part, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure I think I got another comment. Okay, big shout out to Miss D again. She said, "Thank you both." Thank you, Miss
Thank
D, for
you.
taking time out your productive
Thank y'all
schedule
for tuning
to
in.
watch the podcast. But like I said, man, y'all on that YouTube side, go ahead and get the algorithm up, hit the notification, hit the like, and also share, because this is something I've been doing for a very, very long time. And it just up from here. Big shout out to Cynthia with TexasBrewRadio.com. We are affiliated with them as well. So we about to get ready to part. And we about to get ready to have a great night. And we will be back here tomorrow night here on the Walking This Way Impact Boys podcast. Tomorrow, I guess, will be GF Soldier. Big shout out to him. He's gonna be on here tomorrow night. He's a man of all trades, a man of many talents, and he's gonna be talking about things he got doing here in the DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, Texas metropolitan area. So, man, we love showcasing people who are doing great things here in the DFW, not just in DFW, but all surrounding areas, man. So y'all be blessed. And I will see y'all tomorrow night here on the Walking This Way Impact Boys podcast. Also, get big shout out to the Kingdom Chick herself, Miss Nancy C. I know she'll be joining me on tomorrow. But man, y'all have a great night. Peace, everybody.
Thank you for having me. Thank y'all for joining.
You welcome, Kay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.